Hello, Ann. Thanks very much for joining me today. I thought we'd get together and talk about the latest, what we believe is a new opportunity in the transformation space. We call this process that we put together the crossover experience. And our catchline is transformation faster than a sonic boom. And we are we're flat out excited about this idea. What you said to me the other day, and I absolutely love, you said we get our clients fast impact results. And these are results they didn't believe were possible. What did you mean by that?
Yeah, well, the way that we're now working with our client, Shane, and getting them results is something that's been completely different from in the personal development world before. And I really believe that what we're doing is so new. It's like it's going to take people to the next transformation that they're looking for at a faster pace and with the results that they want. So it's very exciting.
All right. Well, I wanted to start today with really, I think that one of the biggest assumptions that a lot of people in the personal development space, they just make assumptions that, everyone's life is awful. It's not. What I know is that, that in most countries, the people are prepared to work. If they've got their health, they've got someone to love, that they're doing okay. But the question that I just keep asking myself, well, then why do so many people keep searching for a better way? And, why do people feel or sense that they're struggling to live the life of their dreams? Why is that? I don't get that. What are your thoughts on that?
So I believe that we've all come here with a particular purpose that we are going to fulfill, and it doesn't have to be on some amazing magnitude or anything, but there's something in us that keeps us on track moving towards the agreement that we've got that we're going to accomplish while we're here. And so when we're not in alignment with that purpose or the results that we're expecting, there's a void inside us, there's an emptiness, and we're trying to fill it. So some people are filling it with food or horrible relationships or arguments and drama and all of that type of thing. And other people are looking for the answers most of the time outside of themselves to find the results. But what we're wanting to do is to bring both back into alignment so that they're really on track with their spiritual path, their mental path, and their physical path, so that the results that they get are really impactful and really fulfill them, basically.
All right. So then that probably it probably answers a question that I've always asked myself, is then why do people seem to be living lives of this drama, stress, overwhelm? And what I'm hearing from you is that they're not in alignment with who they came here to be. Is that right?
Yeah, it keeps them distracted, so it keeps them in the wrong lane. So basically we're all about people changing lanes and getting the results they want. But all of this drama that they have keeps them stuck in a lane, and they can't see through it. They can't see a way out. And so they just spend their whole life walking up and down the same lane without the results changing. And it's so frustrating, and it's so
exhausting.
It's exhausting, yes.
Exhausting.
We've all been there.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting you say that. When we moved to Australia, we're a young family, and we had done quite well. And then not my wife and I, through a series of really poor decisions, lost everything. So we're brand new in this first world country and living in Sydney, Australia, and I'm broke. But on the surface, I was trying to portray that life was all right. But underneath, I was a wreck. And that was exhausting. In fact, I think it was the cause of a condition that that sort of manifested years later that I'm dealing with now. Thank you, Ann. But deep down, that frustration, I knew that I wanted to live a different life, but I didn't know how to make it happen. Do you meet many people like that?
Yeah, I do, because
Yeah.
because of the high level people that we work with, and over the 10 years of doing the work that I do, I've really seen that there's a facade that they put up that everything's great, but behind the scenes they're like a duck who's paddling fast, trying to keep up with everything, and eventually it affects their health, it affects their relationships, it affects their profit. Everything starts to crumble because they're not on track with what they're meant to be doing. So
that whole cycle creates a cycle of perpetual doubt, fear, and uncertainty. Is that right, Anne?
yeah, definitely. But what's happening is they're then living like two separate lives, because internally they're in conflict with themselves, and then externally they're showing that everything is good, and the imbalance is like astronomical, and it can really cause bigger problems energetically.
But the good news is that we have perfectly natural human technology within us. Everyone, it's free for us to use. We just need to learn how to use it. And
Yes.
the one equation that I just keep going back to was given to us thousands of years ago. I call it the crossover equation, and that's simply know what you want. It's your desire, plus make a decision, and that's a decision has layers to it, but make a decision equals desired outcome. That's the simplicity of what we're going to talk about today, and this crossover experience that you and I put together. And it's really, this is designed for people who want to grow their business, because their business as an entrepreneur, you can never outperform your level of vibration, your awareness of who you are at this point. That's all you understand and below. But the frustration we feel is that deep down we sense that there's something better. We just don't know how to get there. So what we put together will help people save time, get to the money they want to get quicker, improve the quality of their relationships, improve their health, because they'll make better decisions on lifestyle choices,
Yeah.
etc. And it happens very quickly. It's all about letting go of limiting beliefs that are causing the resistance in our process. So a little bit excited about this. I'm going to share our screen so that we can have a look at it. And that looks like this. Right, so the crossover experience is what we want to share with people today. And anyone listening this far is because you're looking for a solution. So the solution that we've come up with is, wherever you are as a starting point, it doesn't matter. It's just what it is. And whatever the place that we start with is helping you unpack what it is that you really want. That gives you direction in your life, because your mind is a goal achieving mechanism. And once it has a direction, then you will start to move in that direction. The challenge people have is they don't know why that stalls. So most people know what they want, but when they start to step out to go and get it, all manner of resistance shows up. And that's where mentorship helps people get beyond that, get past that, because there's accountability. There is a process of learning to unpack the resistance that's causing the stall in your momentum going forward. So the next step is to just cross over, decide that you are willing and able, and then that's where we start to work on reframing the way that we see things through processes that are simple and easy to implement. And this is where the Ann Noler Harris comes in with her gift and is able to bring to the surface limiting beliefs quite quickly and help people resolve them. Do you want to talk about that quickly, Anne?
Yeah, so our limiting beliefs and what's going on in our subconscious mind really hold us back from being the best that we can be. And it doesn't matter how much time or effort you put into creating a desire or writing goals out or anything. If you've got those limiting beliefs there or those subconscious blocks, it doesn't matter how hard you work, you're just going to keep getting knocked back at a certain hurdle and then feel that frustration, sabotage, procrastination, all of those things come in, and then you start looking for something else to fulfill you again, like we spoke about earlier. It's really about getting really crystal clear on what it is your desire is, and that means connecting in with it energetically so that it opens up and it can be shown to you, so that you know that you're on the right path, and then what you're doing, you're moving forward in the right lane.
That's perfect, and thanks. Then we've got a 12-part program that we work with you on a weekly basis to move through these points of crossover. And the last part of the whole process is to set new patterns, a new self-image, a new concept of who you believe you are, and you start to live from that place. We teach you how to get ahead of fear, which is one of the biggest blocks for most people, and then how to understand attitude and develop a leadership attitude to lead yourself, and if you've got a business, how to lead others effectively. There's much more to it. This is just a short introduction, but we believe it is a new opportunity. This isn't the personal development process that, or the programs that have been regurgitated over and over for the last 40 years. The difference is we've merged together practical processes to be learned that you can move into on a daily basis. You have a process to reprogram your paradigm or the patterns in your subconscious mind with a pen, and you can actively implement those processes for yourself. But then the new opportunity is to bring in Ann's gift to help you shift your energetic state from another dimension. So it's a fast-paced program. There's a lot of information and there's a lot happening. And as a group, what the beauty of the group, there's accountability, but also we start to hear stories from other people that there's crossover there. People start to connect dots. So do you want to talk on that, just on the fast pace of the program, Anne?
Yeah, so over that 12 weeks, you're going to see yourself building, and it's never about comparing yourself to other people, but there'll be things that they'll say on the course, or they'll ask a question that you'll be thinking you want the answer to as well, or there'll be something that happens where you'll feel a shift. Now, whether it comes through the other people who are doing the program or from either myself or you, and the shift will come, and they'll feel it. They'll know that they're moving and changing, and that's what we are really excited about, because we've seen it. We've seen it with our clients. It's just like one thing that comes up that I intuitively connect in with them, tell them what that is from a question that they've asked me, or because the information's come through, and they're like, right, got it, and then they're off. So that's what we want.
We want more of that, that's for sure.
Yes.
And so then the momentum and accountability is what holds most people back that are doing DIY transformation, when they're sitting at home watching all the YouTube videos, but nothing changes. There's a dynamic when you do it, one, with someone who's been through the pain that you are probably or maybe experiencing right now and got through to the other side, and the momentum of the group absolutely helps. Now, it's dynamic, but here is the secret weapon: the new energetically awaken your true potential. This is the new part to personal development. We call it, what do we call it? 2.4 or 4.0? What do we call it? Yeah, it's way ahead of where we're at the moment, which is, kind of regurgitating in different words the same processes that have been used for a long time that work, but they really can take time to shift the person's results. And please talk to us about awakening true potential.
Yeah, so we've all got the ability to be able to access our true potential and to be able to work with our intuition and things, but because of the way that we've been taught or raised, it gets blocked. And so what I help people do is actually start to connect in with it themselves, start to show them how the information comes through or what they need to do to get back on track. And when we are connected with our true potential, everything becomes a bit easier. You're still going to have experiences come up, because that's how we learn. We always need to be learning from different experiences. But what we don't want to be doing is wasting time and money going down the wrong lane and then not getting the results that we're looking for, when you can really be connected in with who your true self is, your true purpose, and then keep moving on the same lane, but still have the experiences that come up, but they're just going to be ones that you learn from and grow from, which is much better. Yeah. And there's just one other thing I want to point out there, Shane, because you was talking earlier about money and people's wanting to achieve a certain figure or working towards that. And what I've found over the years is that it doesn't matter how many times you write down that you deserve to have $1 million or $5 million in the bank. If you are not energetically in the same vibration as that, it can't come. Okay. Yep. Because we need to be in a vibrational match with everything that comes into our life. And that's how we create it. That's all we're doing. We're just matching that vibration and it comes in. So that's another thing that we're doing with our clients, is working with them to understand their vibration so that they can attract the money or manifest the things that they want in life.
Love it.
So it's very exciting. It's very exciting.
Well, it's exciting seeing the results. That's what it is. So how do we do it? Well, you get workbooks, you get videos. There's so much material for you to digest, and you only need about an hour a day to get through it. And if you are really invested in transforming your performance, then by all means invest more time. Then we meet on a weekly basis via Zoom, and once the momentum starts, as you get into the program, say week 3 and 4, I normally see people start to really engage, because it's different to what we've been doing, what people have been doing in the past. So it does take a few weeks for some people, not everyone, to get right in and then start to see significant changes happen quite quickly.
Yeah.
So if we go back to looking at entrepreneurs that are working in probably the most dynamic marketplace ever in the history of mankind, with the advent of all the technologies that we have at our fingertips now, one constant is change. It's a law. It's one of the foundational laws, the perpetual transmutation of energy. Change is something that we have to accept. So in your business, you can only grow your business to your current level of awareness. And what we're teaching here is how to elevate, to lift, to change lanes to a new level of awareness. And as you do, so your business will grow, will be drawn up with you. The question someone asked me years ago when I lost everything, he said to me, he said straight out, looked me in the eye, and he said, Shane, this is the program that I believe you need to do to change your circumstances, to get your mind off the circumstances and start building what you genuinely want. If you don't do it and you don't achieve what you want, what are the consequences? What would your life look like if you don't achieve the goals? I had no choice. I had no money. I'd lost everything. We didn't own a house, and I had no qualifications. I had to do something. But that's not the case for everyone, because if you're comfortable where you are, then, you could just stay in that lane. The question is, if you have a desire and it's for something better than where you are right now, the question to ask yourself, what are the consequences of not achieving that? Then he said, does that worry me? And I felt worried, because I was only 35 years old and I couldn't see how I was going to retire comfortably with my bride, who we'd said we're going to grow old together on the coast. And I couldn't see it when I was 35. Thank God I said yes. And have you ever got to that point where you've had to make a decision and step out on faith?
Definitely. Before I was doing intuitive and energy work, I was a complete skeptic. So I sort of got onto this pathway from what I believe was like a soul contract or a universal agreement that I would be doing that whilst I was here. So for the first few years, whilst I was going through that process, I was not going along the journey very easily. I was sort of kicking and screaming because I was so logical and so planned, and like everything was in its place. This is how it needs to be done. This is what we're going to be doing, and all things like that. And when you start to work with like different dimensions or spirit, that we'll call it, or God, it doesn't, the universe, whatever name you give to it, things happen that you don't necessarily think about. So the results can come in quicker once you start to let go and you start to trust and you have faith, and the doorway's open for you so that you can really start to take the opportunities that are being given and follow through. So you become in flow with life. When you stop resistance, you become in flow with life, the doorway's open, the results come, and you end up living a really beautiful work-life balance that we both do, Shane. Like we practice what we preach,
Yeah.
and we're both living really beautiful lives, and we've decided that we're going to come together and just really help other people to have what we've got too.
Yeah. And just to qualify that, when I was 35 years old, when Errol asked me to write down what an ideal day in my life would be, I'm actually living it now. But at that point, I didn't even have money to pay for the hotel room in Tamworth, where he was holding his weekend getaway. I asked people if I could just sleep on the hotel floor of their room, and they said yes. And so it is a huge shift from where I was. And so I'm hoping that, most people are going to be watching this, they're not broke. I was. But now I'm living the life that I wrote down on a piece of paper. I've got it behind me here. When I was 35 years old. So it can happen to anyone, and it's not about your circumstances. That's the main thing that I learned out of this whole thing. So what we're offering is a breakthrough from traditional personal development concepts that have never really transformed your results. So if you are spending hours feeling good watching all the YouTube clips and listening to material, but you're not shifting the needle, we believe we've found the completely new way of getting the limiting blocks to be shifted a lot quicker. That's what we believe we've done. The new awareness of energetic practices that will give you an advantage in your marketplace is so, for an entrepreneur, this is gold, because it opens up your scope of what you believe is possible, because you experience it. Most people are skeptics because they haven't experienced something. When they experience it, you can't go backward. That's where you lift your level of awareness. Would you agree, Ann? That's what you mainly find with your clients?
Yeah, definitely. And it doesn't have to always be like a massive shift or anything. Sometimes it's a very gentle process so that the body keeps up with the changes that are happening. So you get to the end of the experience and you realize how far you've come. But as you're going through it, sometimes it's not always like that massive shift. But it's really important to know that when your energy is shifting, you'll start to see things like instead of having sales calls with people who haven't got any money or are not the right fit for you, the people who start booking calls with you are the right fit. And it just becomes like, yeah, of course. Yeah, let's do this. So it becomes fun. It becomes fun as well.
All right. Well, we've been talking about, what we find with a lot of people, there's this need to learn more, that we've given an offer called the crossover experience. We've talked about what are the consequences of not making decisions to find a mentor, be it you and me or others, and actually just going through a process of transformation. I love the I'm not religious, but the one scripture that was, a preacher said it to me when I was about 14 years old. He said, "Be ye transformed by the renewal of your mind." That's never left my head. I thought that was written thousands of years ago for a reason, that our mind controls the outcome of our life experience, our human experience. And that has so many dimensions. As you've mentioned, there is a energetic realm or a spirit realm that we have blessed with an intellect. We've got this emotional guidance system that, can drive some people balmy because it's all over the place. But when you learn to manage that better, you get better results, because it's our emotions that drive behavior. That is basic understanding. Most people get that, but then how do you go behind that? So I want to talk about maybe some of the benefits that you believe people get when they actually just make a decision and say, I'm just going to do this transformational process, this 12-week program or 1-year program, whatever it is. And just to let you know, my first program was a 12-month program. Then I bought a 6-month program, then another 12-month program. So my journey has been quite long, but I did not have Ann Noler Harris. And I've been in the room with Tony Robbins. I've been in the room with Bob Proctor, who was my mentor. And I love all the work that they do, but there wasn't Ann Noler Harris's gift in the room. This is what's so significant. So tell me about some of the benefits you believe people have when they go on a journey of transformation, Ann.
The benefits is that their life improves, not just for themselves and for the impact that they're having on other people. It improves for their partner, their children, their families. Like it has a wave effect. It has a bigger impact on everyone, because the person who's working with us starts to feel more fulfilled. They get their passion back. They feel like they're back on purpose, on track. And that has an ongoing ability to lift their family up and be able to provide more for the things, the holidays or whatever it is they want to be doing. And there's also that work-life balance that you want to always have in life as well. Life isn't just about working and trying to achieve things and doing the next program and the next program. We want to get people results so that they can do what they want to do, have a positive effect on their family and their friends, and also be making an impact around the world doing what they love.
That's awesome. All right, so just wrapping it up, there's basically 3 steps. 1, decide to invest in yourself. Invest in this program that Ann and I are offering, or a program with a mentor or a coach that you resonate with. That's step 1. Step 2 is contact us, because if you leave it to tomorrow, the paradigm will kick in and say, nah, it doesn't work. It's for other people. I can't afford it. I haven't got enough time. I wait until the kids have left home. My business is too big. All of those things, that's what will happen. So Step 1, decide. Step 2, make contact. And then step 3, once you're in the program, you'll experience sustainable radical change. Those are the 3 steps. That's it. That's my experience. That's what Ann's experience was. And I hope you got something from that. If you did, leave us a comment, contact us, and we love you. This whole journey of transformation, we're all on it, and we're all in it together. So if we can help
and we are Shane. And that's the thing, the way that you and I work is that we want to talk to you. So if you book a call with us when it's convenient, and then we have a chat. If we don't think we're the right people to get you the results you're looking for, we will tell you. Okay.
Yeah.
We want to be working with the really people who are in match with us, and that's what makes it exciting. So there's no pressure from us. We really want to just have a chat with you and find out what you want, find out what results you want, find out what's been happening so far, and then come up with a solution to support you.
Yeah. Both Ann and I are hungry for transformation, so those are the people we want to work with.
Yes.
Thanks very much.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. All right. We'll just give it a few seconds and I'll cut it off.